Thanks, Rita. Tonight on BBC London, how the Met is trying to win back trust. Good evening and welcome. I'm Bhandhukravi. We will put victims at the heart of everything we do. The words today of the Met Police Commissioner as a new helpline was launched to support victims of crime. But as one victim told our reporter Frankie McCamley, much more needs to be done.
I want to see action on the back of my experience and to see the VR process working better for victims. Thank you.
Jade is one of many victims today, sharing her story of being let down by the justice system.
It takes its toll. It's earth-shattering and a constant battle, and it's draining. Even reflecting now.
She was raped 5 years ago.
Lo and behold, my case was dropped, but it's still just, it's challenges at every point, and it takes everything from you. And you should be able to rely on these professionals and experts in their field, but I felt like a lot of the time I wasn't being listened, I wasn't being heard, and I didn't feel understood or valued really going through that process.
It's a familiar story at the Victims' Summit where £3 million in funding has been announced by the Mayor to help change the way the Metropolitan Police deals with victims of crime.
We deal with millions of calls a year, sort of thousands and thousands of cases. We do get most of them right, but when you get one wrong, the ripples are awful both for the individual and their family and friends and people that they tell. Today is about a step on that journey to improve.
An improvement that's being cautiously welcomed.
It's not enough to give victims what they need throughout the criminal justice system. It will definitely improve the Met response to victims, which we know is not at the standard it should be. But it won't change the overall experience that a victim has when they come into our very broken, fragmented and difficult justice system.
The purpose of today's event is to bring together families and victims who are calling for change with those who can actually make those changes. But the problems the justice system faces are so deep-rooted and complex, it's not going to be an easy fix.
Nor will rebuilding the trust in those who have already been let down.
We're hearing today that £3 million is being invested into helping victims. God forbid anything happened again. Knowing this, would you go to the Met and report another crime?
No, I don't think I would be able to report again. I'd like to think that I could, but I wouldn't feel confident in the case outcome. I wouldn't feel confident in how the police would interact with me and how they would essentially kind of like guide me through that process.
Frankie McCamley, BBC London.
Now, a warning that our next story is one which deals with some distressing issues. It's to do with the shocking increase in the number of Londoners seeking help to stop themselves from viewing images of child sex abuse online. The charity Stop It Now runs an anonymous helpline to support those who are worried about their online behaviour. They say calls to them have doubled. Our reporter Guy Lynn has more.
Accessing child abuse images online. Devastating for those kids abused, the families of those accessing the content, and ultimately those going online to view the illegal images. Well, the Stop It Now charity is a confidential helpline, the only one of its kind in the UK. People can anonymously call or get in touch via a website and get help from volunteers. Now, calls to that charity give us one indicator of the scale of this kind of illegal activity in the capital. According to figures released exclusively to BBC London, they're shocking statistics. In 2021, 36,324 users contacted the charity, concerned about their behaviour. In 2022, that went up to 77,000 users. So those using the service went up by more than 100%, doubling in 1 year. And of course, the big question is, why are we seeing this surge? Well, the charity points to a couple of key things. First, lockdown. More people working and doing stuff online during the outbreak. And during that time, according to the charity, growing use of adult pornography, leading some to seek out images of under 18s.
During COVID, people's lives moved a lot more online, and there were reports that sexual offending online went up by at least 10% during that time, and we haven't seen that drop back to pre-COVID levels. Basically, it's really concerning that people are online and accessing indecent material, and that level of increase shows that it is a significant problem.
Well, there are a few good aspects of an issue which causes such devastation as the illegal viewing of child abuse images online. But the charities say that the growing numbers contacting them may indicate a greater awareness of more people seeking help before their illegal and dangerous activities spiral out of control.
Guy Lynn with that report. Now let's get a check on the weather with Alina Jenkins.
Hello. After the rain and snow in places over recent days, the weekend is looking drier for many, some spells of sunshine. Eventually, it will be turning milder as well. We've got a very cold and in places icy night tonight. A yellow warning from the Met Office for ice. Temperatures quite widely below freezing, perhaps as low as -4 or -5 away from the centre of London. For tomorrow, some sunshine to start. Cloud will be gradually gathering from the south and the west through the day and pushing its way north and eastwards. Could bring some rain into western areas by the end of the afternoon, but most will be dry through daylight hours. Temperature, though, still just 5 to 7 Celsius. But things do turn milder as we head into Sunday. We'll also see a spell of rain later in the day, and that will last into Monday. Things turning colder again by the time we get to Tuesday. That's all from me. Good night.
That's it. You can get the very latest on our website and, of course, on the BBC News app. From all of us here, good night.